Hey guys, what's up? Ryan Crowley here, and this is the story of me telling my story about this horrific injury that went pretty viral and the whole world have seen. So, it was pretty crazy, right? That Friday, I was going to train with my friend Charlie Johnson and Larry Wheels. We were going to train back actually. We planned to train back, and that day we were there and we were talking about it's been filmed for his YouTube, Charlie's YouTube, whatnot, you name it. We were going to train back, and I was like, yeah, hardcore back workout in my head. But however, when we got there, we were first like talking. Do you want to do chest? Charlie was like, should we do chest? Just a bit of chest and shoulders. Be good for a video, you know, get a better pump. Be good for the footage. And we were like, yeah, okay, let's do it. So we were talking about the exercises we were going to do, and those guys wanted to do an incline bench. Not something that I do a lot because I've got a bad left shoulder. My mobility, external rotation in the shoulder is very limited compared to my right side. I have a lot of inflammation in my bicep tendon and get a lot of pain. And there's something wrong with the rotator cuff in the arm. I don't really know what the problem is, but it's been causing me a lot of pain for a few years now. And that exercise and a few other kind of presses aggravate it, as where everything else doesn't really, so kind of just get by not doing those exercises. Anyway, this day they really wanted to do it, and I said, okay, I'm going to jump in and do it too. So I'm warming up with a band, like rotation, just really trying to get my shoulders nice and warm, trying to feel good. Did a set of one plate, did a set of 2 plates, did a set of 3 plates, did a set of 4 plates, all went good, was feeling strong, no pain, which was strange for me, you know, because I'm normally used to being in pain. I was really excited, and I was like, damn, it's fucking feeling good. 4 sets was pretty easy. 4 plates was pretty easy. So I said to the guys, Larry did a drop set of 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. You know, he's immense, insane. It was crazy, and the intensity was mad. It was good I was spotting him for it. So I was like, fuck it, let's do 5 plates. I'm gonna try it for a rep or 2, you know. So I'm there, and I unrack the bar, and as I'm unracking the bar, I start to slip down a little bit, my bum. So I'm like, I re-rack it, and Larry, like, I said to Larry, I was like, hang on, this feels good, but I'm not very stable, so I'm going to lock my legs a little bit back further, lock myself in more, stabilize my core, and I'm going to have more power. So we re-rack it, reset myself, take the bar off again, you know. I'm like, stay with me, Larry, you know, just want to make sure. So as I come down really slowly, and then bang, it happens. Life-changing incident for me. Couldn't believe it. Luckily enough, Larry grabbed the bar, probably saved my life, or at least an extremely bad injury. The other guys had it too, but fucking hell, he's like straight arm gripped, 220 kilos, holding it, keeping me alive, which is pretty mad, you know. So anyway, as you've probably seen, I roll out under the bar, start crying, fucking screaming in pain, and it's pretty traumatic, and I can't really remember the finer details of that, to be honest. But I remember sitting there crying, just thinking, fuck, my bodybuilding career is over. One, because my physique's gonna look shit, because my pec was here. There was a huge gap, massive gap between my front delt and my pec. Could literally put my fist in it. And I was like, fuck, you know, this is it. I fucked it for trying something the other side of that fine line, you know, trying to push myself a little bit too hard, I guess. I was very amped up, and I was like, fuck it, let's do it. Which I probably shouldn't have, if I'm totally honest, but I did, and I have to suffer the consequences of that. So anyway, I'm sat there crying, whatnot, in pain, and I'm like, fuck, what are we gonna do? Obviously I need surgery straight away, we can tell that, because the whole fucking thing ripped off the bone. It's on film, 4 cameras, we've got it on film. We watched it, you can see the whole thing being across us. Most of you have already seen. Luckily enough, Adam and Larry have got good contact here in Dubai with a top surgeon that's actually operated on Rolly Winkler, did his shoulder surgery, and we gave him a call, was like, look, here's the video, this is what happened, we need it done ASAP, because we know that the longer you leave this kind of surgical procedure, the harder it is to reattach, because the muscle shortens and kind of dries up a little bit, and then it's hard to reconnect it back to the bone. So we're like, when can you do it? He's like, I'm flying back into Dubai tomorrow, come and see me at 9 o'clock. So I'm like, fucking hell, okay, sure. Anyway, my girlfriend isn't in the gym, so we call her, get her to come down, and all the guys kind of helped me out. We're just discovering what to do. What we did is we came back here to the hotel, and I laid down in bed, put ice packs on it, took a load of painkillers, probably been in bed 30 minutes, and it cramped really fucking hard and locked up. There was a gap here at the start when it happened. Anyway, it cramped, and I could feel my whole pec pulling across my body next to my sternum and under my chin. It's locked up, it's here, and I'm fucking agony. I'm shouting at her, and I'm like, call someone, call someone, call someone. It's killing me. Anyway, she calls Adam, and he's like, look, go to A&E. So we went to King's College Hospital, where the surgery went in place. We went there to A&E, told him what happened, told him that we were going to see Dr. Shine the next day. We'd already booked an appointment with him. But it was, the pain was excruciating, and I had to be seen now. As we sat there, they were giving me painkillers and whatnot, and trying to work out what to do. They said, okay, you need an MRI scan. So, but as the time goes on, I'm a bit worried, a bit claustrophobic, a bit small space. They take me up to the MRI level where it takes place, and couldn't fit inside the MRI machine. So we're like, fuck, what are we gonna do? Because we don't really know what's happened. We know I've torn my pec, but tore it off the bone, torn the tendon off the bone, torn the pec off the tendon, we're not too sure. Anyway, we tell Dr. Shine we can't have an MRI scan, and which is not very good. He says, let's do an ultrasound scan. So we get one of the top guys in the hospital to perform an ultrasound of my pec. And as he's scanning over it, you can see his face like, because what happened was, my pec tore off of the tendon tore off of the bone, so it's a big mess in here, and the pec's up here, and the pec's like torn. So disaster, really. Anyway, next day comes down, we see Dr. Shine, and we're in hospital. Obviously, I have never had a surgery in my life, and I really was really scared, really nervous, and it was really hard for me to just go ahead with it, so it was killing me inside knowing that they were going to put me to sleep and cut me open. So we had it the next day at 4 p.m, the surgery, so it was 28 hours after the incident, which is very, very fast, so it's very good, like, so blessed that we could get in there so quickly and get it done, Unluckily, the surgery was supposed to be 1 hour long, and it was 4 hours plus, because the tear was so bad, it was sitting up here, it had torn off the tendon tore off the bone, it was a complete mess. And while Dr. Shine was carrying out the procedure, he was saying that it was really extremely tough, and that the team of surgeons with him were saying that it's irreparable, and like 99% of people that had probably looked at it would have said, no chance, mate, it's not fixable. He sat in there for 4 hours, bless him, and made sure he got the job done, which hat and heart goes out to him, because without this being done, it would have really fucking fucked my life. But he did it. He attached my pec back to the tendon, whatever he did to this tendon, put the tendon back to the bone and drilled it into the bone. However, as he comes out, he's talking to my girlfriend and saying that as they were trying to drill it into my bone, he snapped a load of his tools, because my bones were so dense and so hard, he struggled to perform the anchor into the bone. However, he managed to do it, and they've done a good job. So my prayers to God and whatever were that they could reattach it, and they reattached it very well, and I can't believe it, to be honest. But as I'm coming out of surgery and waking up, and then they put me back to sleep because I'm screaming in so much pain, and I wake up finally, and I slightly remember this a little bit. I'm drenched in sweat. Sorry, I'm drenched in sweat. I'm dripping. I'm projectile vomiting everywhere, and I can't feel my legs, can't feel my arms or anything. Absolutely horrendous, horrible experience. And I I can't really remember what happens, to be honest, but it's a mess as I wake up, and then they obviously wheel me back to my room where it's a bit cooler, and I fall asleep again, and then I wake up and I'm a little bit better, but I still can't feel my legs and my arms, and my girlfriend's there, and you know, as you guys know, we did a GoFundMe because it's not covered by my insurance, and I don't have a lot of money to spare. You know, I don't have a big bank account. I managed to be able to afford my life to, you know, get better at bodybuilding and go towards my dreams. So the surgery was like $30,000 to $40,000, which is madness, right? So luckily enough, Larry Wheels managed to make a GoFundMe and put it out to the world, and thank you so much to everyone that donated towards that, because without that I wouldn't be able to have the surgery. So I'm extremely grateful for that, and I honestly can believe it. I woke up from the surgery and I remember her being like, Ryan, we've raised like $12,000, and I was like, whoa, I couldn't believe it. You know, absolutely madness. Because I knew that Larry said he was going to do it, but I was just like, everyone loves you, man. They don't love me, you know. Like, I don't see it happening. But in the end, we managed to raise so much money that managed to pay for the surgery and some of my rehab, which is mad, you know. Like, absolutely from the bottom of my heart, thank you so much to everyone that donated. It's massive for me. It really, really, really means a lot. Even the messages and comments, whatnot, amazing. So anyway, we wake up, she tells me about that, and I'm feeling better. I'm like, wow, I can't believe it. A few days goes by, I'm off my head on painkillers in the hospital. Still can't feel my legs and my arms, my hands, and I'm a bit like, whoa, oh my God, you know, a bit worried that maybe something else has gone wrong throughout the surgery. But they reassure me that it's just the anesthesia wearing off very slowly. So I'm like, okay. We stayed in the hospital for maybe 3 days after the surgery because I was in really bad pain. I couldn't move, couldn't get up or anything like that. The bed here in the hotel is not the best, but the hospital bed has like the walls, and it like locks you in. So I know I'm gonna stay still throughout my sleep, which is what I was worried about. It was like extreme movement, you know, causing me a lot more problem. So we're in hospital three more days. Anyway, we come home. They've given me a load more anti-inflammatories, painkillers, antibiotics, sleeping pills, muscle relaxants, you name it, I got it. Anyway, so the first few days I got home, I was still very, very depressed, very down in myself, as you can imagine. Still feeling really shit, a lot of pain. And I'm just sat there thinking, my life is over, you know, like I spent the last 7 years of my life putting everything I can into this bodybuilding dream and career that now is probably not going to happen because I've ruined my physique with this massive hole that I'm going to have in the center of my physique. Luckily enough, he managed to reattach it, so maybe, I don't really know yet, but maybe it will be okay. I'm praying to God it will be okay, but I can't be 100% sure. Because what I don't want is a good pec and then a pec with a huge hole across it, you know, a massive line or an indentation, because I know that would hold me back from a top flight of bodybuilding. You know, that we'll get judged in the way we look, and if something's off, then no, sorry mate, you're not good enough, you know. So it's very, very, very hard for sure. Anyway, as a few days have gone by, out being at a hospital, inflammation goes down because my whole body was bruised down my side, my abdomen, everything, as you guys seen from the photos. It was horrendous, extremely swollen. My skin was like this thick, and as I was walking, the skin was like bouncing up and down. It's crazy. A few more days goes past, and the swelling's going down, and I'm feeling a little better about myself. I see the physio, and he tries to move my arm a little bit. I just can't take it, can't move it, which is awful. Anyway, there's a cryotherapy place here in Dubai called Cryo, and they've been doing some localized cryotherapy on my arm, my pec, and my side. And I've been going in the cryotherapy chamber and red light therapy, which all reduce inflammation and pain, help restore your nervous system and everything to get me back to recovery and rehab. Obviously, I'm also seeing my physio. He's doing some TechR therapy, a different type of electro stimulation, which is like contracting the fine fibers trying to get me back on the road as soon as possible. And they're going very well, you know. I've been out of hospital maybe 6 days now, and it's dramatically changed. Every day by day, the swelling's going down, the bruising's going down. Like, I couldn't even move like this before, but now, you know, I can move. My arm's in the sling, obviously, still. But definitely getting better as the days go by. So yeah, very, very crazy story. But we're on the road to recovery. Yesterday, I went back into the gym for the first time since it all happened. I got a little bit of pump, bicep, tricep, a few shoulder raises, because the specialists have told me that if I keep working out and pumping blood around my body and nutrients, this is going to repair a lot quicker than it would if I was sat at home being sedentary. Everyone is filling me up with comments of, Ryan, you need to rest, you need to recover. Yes, I do, and I am, and I need to look after myself and make sure nothing happens to it. But I also need to understand that newer science from 2021 is that some of these things are going to help me get back on the road quicker. So I'm training my arm. I'm going to go do some legs today, sort of obviously not like I used to, but just to get the blood pumping. You know, my blood is full of amino acids, nutrients, everything, and these sort of things are going to help me get better and back to the gym, fully recover. So today's going to be the first time training legs. I haven't done it yet, but my weight has dropped a little bit, of course, which I'm not happy about, but I have to understand that it's part of the process, you know, what's happened, and I have to do everything I can to make this rehab recovery everything, you know. It's first priority. Make sure I'm doing everything to make this better and give it my full attention, or it's not going to be as good as it could be, or it could, you know, again, I could get back in the gym one day and it could happen again because it wasn't as good. So I'm not trying to rush, but I'm just trying to make sure that it takes my full attention and it gets back to its good way, you know. Again, thank you so much for all the comments, the messages, everything. It really, really, really means a lot to me. I know I keep saying it, but it really does. Mentally, I'm not the most stable anyway, and something like this really was killing me, but it really does help me, you know, pull through the days and understand that it's part of my journey as a bodybuilder, part of my journey as Ryan Crowley, and hopefully I can get back to doing what I love and what I do best. And hopefully you guys will be along with the journey and you're going to love it, because I'm going to try and show you every step of the road as I possibly can. And, you know, thank you so much. Please like the video, please subscribe, and join the program of recovery for me. Thank you so much.